Well, Jurrien Timber on track for Arsenal training return soon. Guys, this is a story that is going to excite you guys, because very many of you that really watching this channel have always gone ahead to come out and really ask me how has it reached so far as the return of Jurrien Timber is really concerned, and I'm here to bring you the latest news and information as far as when his return to training is really concerned. He also was in Rwanda, and I'm obviously going to show you what he did in Rwanda and what he said while he was in Rwanda. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. This is the Arsenal News Show, 100% doing Arsenal news. And smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun. And thank you for obviously being with us throughout the thick and thin. We are also going to talk about Jorginho explaining his importance at Arsenal. And lastly, Kai Havertz has come out and really spoken about the hard-fought game of Arsenal that they totally dominated over the weekend, where he scored the second goal that really took Arsenal into a comfortable lead, but it was nearing the end of the game. So, Rokani David is my name. You can as well call me RD. We thank God for the gift of life. And guys, continue to subscribe to this channel, right? Subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily, because we want to hit 20,000 subscribers in the remaining 12 days. You get? In the remaining 12 days, we want to hit that mark, and hope you guys are with us. Now, let's start it off with Jurrien Timber and what we've gone ahead to get in from a very close source at Arsenal. They've told us that Jurrien Timber is on track to return to training in January and is now aiming to make the squad for the trip to FC Porto on the 21st of February. So, right now, I'm really telling you that the side of Arsenal is really looking a little bit depleted into the central defense, and Arteta went ahead and really confirmed to us that for them to go into the in the winter transfer window, they need to really get to know how long is Jurrien Timber going to take from returning, Thomas Partey and Tomiyasu, and that's what they will obviously depend on to obviously make a decision on who will be playing, on who they'll be buying or bringing back onto the market. And this is really something important for everyone who knows this. But the biggest story, or the biggest point, or the biggest gist I'm gonna have to get out of this story is simple. This guy is soon returning, and in January he's going to be back for what we call the training session, as you've gone ahead to see that he's going to return to training, and it's going to be in January. And today's 19th, and we are just 12 days from January, and it shows you that he's not far off from the return to this side. And the person who's going to have to bring us this story is known as Mo Arsenal. He's really a person close to that side of Arsenal, and if they tell us that he's returning to training in January, that doesn't mean that Jurrien Timber is obviously going to start playing for Arsenal in January. No, that's not the case. That means Jurrien Timber is obviously going to start some individual training, like on the grass, running, go in for lifting heavy stuff to really get that leg used to really kicking the ball, and then he'll obviously start what we call hitting the ball. If at all he's approved by the physio team of Arsenal that is ready, obviously he'll be allowed obviously to come in through and really get going to the first team training sessions. That's why you saw to it that they're telling you that he's returning and is aiming to play in the FC Porto game, but it depends on how he recovers fast. Gabriel Jesus made a record and recovered fast and returned on time. So even Jurrien Timber, everyone thought that he was going to return in March next year. That is it. But he has gone ahead to beat, the clock, and he's really trying to recover very, very quickly. And I think it's because of his age. I think he's just 20 to 23 years of age, and he is really young, and his body is responding to treatment very, very well. And him coming or reporting to London Conley on a daily for the rehabilitation and recovery process. I think that's really great. We saw him last time when he posted a video when he was in the gym, gymming up and really getting his knee muscles back. The axial muscle on the knee was the one that really got hurt, and it had to keep him out for 6 months. But we don't know whether he's going to be, or he's going to run against to beat the clock to see to it that he returns on time. But as I told you, expect him to kick a ball for Arsenal again at the end of January or at the beginning of February. 3 weeks. If he starts what we call the grass training, that will take him 3 weeks to get back to full fitness, right? Then at the beginning of February or at the end of January, he'll have a go, right? He'll have a go and he'll start play for Arsenal. For the game of FC Porto, if he doesn't get injured again, he's obviously going to be available. And why should Arsenal fans be really happy for him to be available? Because he has the Champions League experience. For 2 seasons at Ajax, he was playing the Champions League. He started to play the Champions League at the age of 19. Is it 18 or 19? I think 19. Under Erik ten Hag. And then the second season in the Champions League, he never had Erik ten Hag. Ten Hag had gone ahead, obviously leave. But he has some huge Champions League experience as a player, and he never really stops doing stuff. So after that, he was in Rwanda, and I would like to show you exactly what he said when he was in Rwanda. It was he was in Rwanda on a 3-day visit, and I think he left on Sunday. Sorry, he left yesterday and boarded back to London. But on his way, leaving Rwanda, he said, a beautiful place to remember all the victims of the genocide. God bless those who died in the genocide and those who survived. Rwanda has a beautiful future ahead of them. Warm regards. That is Jurrien Timber for you. And he really had a lot to say in there for you. So that's what he said about Rwanda. And I think I should take you through how he arrived and how he went ahead, obviously, to pay tribute to the people killed in the genocide. So this is Jurrien Timber, obviously addressing people down in Rwanda. No sooner had he arrived, and now this is how he arrived at the airport, donned into the Arsenal two-piece. That is Jurrien Timber, all smiles in Rwanda, and there he comes in. And it shows you that he's really improving, and he can now be allowed to travel, to go to Rwanda, and that means his injury is not hurting as it used to be. Then he went ahead, obviously, go on to the place where the victims were really honored, and where their remains were obviously put, and he was with his wife, so he had ahead obviously put a bucket onto the place where the remains of the genocide victims were obviously laid to rest. Then you see him, Arsenal FC, Rwanda Arsenal fans community. So he had obviously to meet them in Rwanda, and they took a picture. That is it. So Rwanda Arsenal fans community in Rwanda was really excited to meet the lad himself, that is Jurrien Timber. Then Jurrien Timber had obviously do some autographs on the jerseys of Arsenal, and these activities are really very important for the partnership that Arsenal signed with Visit Rwanda, and that's why you see to it that onto the sleeves, on the shirt sleeves of Arsenal, you see that logo of Visit Rwanda. Then he went ahead to take a photo with some Arsenal fans in Rwanda, and that's how he went ahead to conclude his visit in Rwanda and boarded back to London to prepare for his return to full Arsenal training in the next 1.5 weeks to come. He's obviously going to be onto the road, onto the green grass, and I think those are going to be the most exciting pictures for Arsenal fans at the beginning of there. So January comes so soon for Arsenal to really see to it that a lot goes into their favor. Now, after Jurrien Timber, let's talk about Kai Havertz, a man who went ahead to score the second goal around the 86th minute to make it 2-0 in favor of Arsenal against Brighton, and Brighton had totally dominated that game. Arsenal had totally dominated that game, and they had nothing to do. Brighton almost had nothing to do in that game because they had 6 shots at goal and 1 was really on target, and Arsenal had like 23 and 9 were on target. That is it. So he has come out and really spoken about the result that they went ahead to get at the Emirates versus Brighton, has said it was a tough game against a good team. I think we should have scored some goals in the first half, but we talked about some things at halftime and made it better. That's what Kai Havertz has come out and really said about the side of Arsenal. And he said that they had very many chances, but they never utilized them. But at halftime, they went ahead and obviously spoke about it as a team, and they really came back to obviously come off and really kill off the game, because the halftime ended 0-0. If you never knew, it ended 0-0. The halftime ended 0-0, and then they went ahead and really got one goal through Gabriel Jesus in the 54th minute, and it took them close to 40 minutes to close to 30 minutes to double. I think they are 30 minutes to double that lead. But Kai Havertz is really becoming good, and there is another quote that Arteta is going to hit to obviously tell him to do each and every time he feels pressure from the fans of us, and I think it's going to come through in the next video we are gonna do onto this channel. So to me, in my opinion, Kai Havertz is proving very many Arsenal fans wrong. I told you that he's a talented player, and all he needs is to get that cohesion, that chemistry, because the minerals that are really required to obviously get to where he's supposed to be at Arsenal are already in his talent and in his DNA. All was left was to him to really comprehend well with Declan Rice and Odegaard. And it looks like in these games, they've gone ahead to read each other like a book, and the more they play together, the more they've gone ahead to obviously put up a show. And I really anticipate he's going to bring the guy down at Anfield on Saturday to really face that side of Liverpool. So Kai Havertz, I'm really happy for him, because I'm really one of those people that really went ahead to obviously put my body on the line for him, and I'm good that has not gonna hate to disappoint me. Though Arsenal fans were really so much bitter about his performance, and I told them, guys, never judge a player in the first season. It's better to judge the player in the second season, and he is hitting the ground running and firing up all cylinders at Arsenal. And lastly, let's talk about Jorginho, a man who missed out because of injury against Brighton. And we've been told, what I try to bring always, this experience of winning trophies, not just on the pitch, but off it, helping to take care of details in life as well, speaking out to the boys when I see some things. It is to try to make everyone better. If you improve 1%, 2%, 3%, if I can help with that, you add to the team and you are more close to winning. So these players are really having a good mentality, especially Jorginho, having won a Champions League with Chelsea. I think even they won the Club World Cup. After that, they won the Super Cup, and he went ahead to win the Euros of 2021 with Italy. So if you are to be asked who is the best winner or who has the best winning mentality at that side, I think it's Kai Havertz and Jorginho at the continental level. But in the Premier League, Jesus and Zinchenko really have a lot. So if you add that, guess what you get? You get the best that you'll ever need in your team. And those players, trust me, will never let Arsenal down. So for me, Jorginho, he's one of those players that Arsenal shouldn't miss out when they're traveling to Anfield, because I really see that he has a very huge job to do at Anfield. A very huge job to do at Anfield. Either when Arteta starts him, or even when Arteta doesn't start him. He really has a very huge job to do down at the side of Anfield. And I know he might be back in a nick of time to obviously see himself offer his services to everyone that really is ready to take him to where he deserves to be. But for Arsenal, they're really having the best squad in the Premier League. You know, some people don't want to obviously talk about this. I support Man United, but I believe Arsenal have the best squad in the Premier League because it's a more balanced side. It's a more balanced side than any side. And what really makes them special is, one, the age, the average age. David Raya, 27. Ben White, I think 25. Zinchenko, 26. Saliba, 22. Who else? Saliba is 22. Then if Saliba is 22, Gabriel Magal is 26. Declan Rice 24. Odegaard 25. Kai Havertz 24. Bukayo Saka 22. Then Martinelli 22. Jesus 26. You know, that age bracket, sorry, their average age is really great and can take them places. So guys, your thoughts on Jurrien Timber on track for Arsenal training return? What are your thoughts about it? Then what do you make about Jorginho and Kai Havertz say about what their role is at Arsenal? May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. I'm out. The Muslims Barak Laufi.